Hey guys, okay, so I am concluding my collection video of Sega Genesis, Sega CD, and Sega Master System stuff. So this is the third of three. Kept having technical difficulties when I was doing it before, when I was moving, and hopefully I won't have any of those. I left off, I think, with the Adventures of Batman and Robin, right here. This is a very difficult game. Plays a lot like Contra, and it is two-player simultaneous, and I've never beat this game. It's really, really hard. I can get to the Mad Hatter stage. I've even got to the boss, and I get my ass kicked once I get there. It's just incredibly hard. Maybe one day I'll finish it by luck, but shit, man, this game is hard. I'm sure anybody who's played it can attest to the difficulty of this game. And this is my only shame here. It's a cartridge-only Revenge of Shinobi. Now, I've got multiple versions of Revenge of Shinobi, and what I mean by that is I have the one that's on the 6-pack, and I think the Genesis collection on one of those compilation discs has it. But yeah, I really love to have the box for this. A friend of mine was going to give me a copy of his Super Shinobi, a scan of his Mega Drive Super Shinobi cover, and I was going to come up with the box myself, but that never happened before I moved, unfortunately. Yeah, this is pretty beat up looking too, but you can never go wrong with Revenge of Shinobi. It's an excellent game. One of the first for the Genesis. Superb stuff. Just sucks that it's in this condition for me, because I like them to be complete. Okay, so moving on along to Sega CD, we've got Solfis. This is the only Digipack game that I have for the Sega CD. I would like to get the Sega Classics and Consulting Detective pack, and there was like a music CD as well that had I don't know what music it had on it, but it was a CD plus G thing. The Turbo Duo had one also, and I would like to recover that as well, but I'm not going to pay for them. That's a lot of money. Anyway, Solfis is a horizontal shooter, and it was also on Genesis as a cartridge called Solfis, and they're pretty much the same with the exception of the music being better on the Sega CD version. And next up, I got Prince of Persia. I got this in the shrink wrap. I don't know if it was new, but it was definitely in new condition. It was only $2. And this is a pretty good port of Prince of Persia, and it has some Japanese animated, at least Japanese animation style cinematics. Probably one of the longest ones for the intro. It's almost as long as the game itself. I never did beat this game, by the way. A little bit weird on the controls because it wasn't really meant for consoles. It was meant for being played on keyboards. But you know, this is a classic game. I like it much more than those PS2 versions. I can tell you that much. Those games can kiss my ass. Frankly, I don't like them at all. And Assassin's Creed 2, those can go right down the toilet bowl with those Prince of Persias. Next up, we got Cobra Command. This was just another full motion video cartoon that you can kind of control game. There were so many of these. You know, this was like $50 when it came out, and I got it for like $1. Here's something special. Earthborn Jim Special Edition for the Sega CD. Not very common to see. It's the only one I've ever seen in person. I didn't know it existed. I got it for $5, and that's a good deal. And this is a great game, you know. It's Earthborn Jim, and it has some extra stuff added to it for the Sega CD. The graphics aren't as nice as the Super Nintendo, but you know, this makes up for it in a lot of other ways. And plus, you know, it's the gameplay. The gameplay is what matters. And this plays fine. It plays like every other version, smoothly. Great game. And next up we have Robo Elasti. And this is not in the best condition, but the gameplay is fine. And this is a very difficult shooter by Compile, and we'll be talking about Compile a little bit more. This was called Nobunaga and his Ninja Force, I think, for PC Engine, and possibly on Mega CD as well. This game is insanely hard. If you played Musha, you know what to expect. This is more of a, this is kind of a sequel, I think, to Musha, or just in the same series. The only other Sega CD items I have are these Burns. Oh no, Burns. Oh no, not Burns games. Look, they're Sega CD games. Nobody's getting hurt off of this really, except for, you know, resellers, but you know, they might benefit from my trying something out. This isn't really part of my collection proper, but I do count some of them. And a lot of these are Japanese Mega CD games, and some of them aren't. And some work, and some don't. And I would like to thank my friend Lewis for hooking me up with these, because I don't know how to do this stuff myself. So don't blame me if you get mad when you see a stack of Burns in my collection. It's not my fault that somebody wanted to give me some games. Sorry about the rant. Now, moving right along into the Sega Master System territory. Here is Alex Kidd in Miracle World, the first in the series. And this was pretty much a favorite among all the kids that would gather around the Sega Master System kiosk at Lionel Play World. This game, I used to play a lot. I didn't own a Master System when I was a child. I got one as an adult. And my friend Lewis and myself went crazy buying Master System games, and then we pretty much had almost all of, not completely all of, but almost all of the American released Sega Master System games between the two of us. And we ended up just selling them off back to the stores where we were getting them from, trading them back in. And it's been a really, really hard thing to recover. Never going to get deals like we did back then ever again. It's not going to happen, and that's a shame. And I feel foolish for having ever sold them. Anyway, Sega Master System, Alex Kidd in Miracle World. This was a weird game, kind of hard. Anyway, we'll move right along. I think you all know Master System's original mascot, Alex Kidd. And move right on to the Ninja. This is kind of like Gunsmoke. It's a top-down shooting game. You use a ninja and you throw your shurikens at the bad guys and they die. So it's basically like, you know, Ikari Warriors, or like I said, Gunsmoke. This is a good game. Pretty hard. I never have beat it. In fact, I don't think there is a Master System game that I have actually beat. Got Hang On Safari Hunt. This was the pack-in for a long time, or yeah, yes. Yeah. nothing really to say about those. They could have picked different pack-ins. I think they probably could have chosen Hang On and Safari Hunt. Safari Hunt they could have got by with just because for the light phaser, but something more arcade oriented. Well, Hang On obviously was an arcade game, but they could have put something like, you know, Space Harrier in there. Anyway, Space Harrier on Master System kicks ass. This is a very, very fine port of an excellent arcade game, and looks and sounds great. This is a really great looking, sounding game, as I just said. I can't reiterate it enough. For such a really great looking and great sounding arcade game to be done so well on a home console with its limitations that it had is a feat, really. And they pulled this one off quite nicely. Next up, we've got Space Harrier 3D. Unfortunately, I haven't really had a chance to play this because I don't have the 3D glasses, and shit, I would really like to have those again. I did have those, and I don't know where they are now. I could go into a little bit of detail here. I got this on eBay back in '99, and I was brand new to eBay at the time. And I got this, and I had another auction that I had completed and sent off payment for, and it was a Master System lot that came with the 3D glasses, it came with the joystick, it came with the controllers, it came with a shitload of games, and I got it for about $70, and the guy never sent it to me. And about a year or so later, he relisted all of the same stuff, and I was so furious, and there was nothing I could do about it. And this was in the days when you could actually contact customer service people at eBay, and they would email you back and write you personally. It wasn't like form letters and stuff. It was a different time, and I would like eBay to be that way again, but it really is just, it's not ever going to be that cool. That guy, his username was T. LaRock, I think, and his name is D. Tim LaRock. So don't buy anything from that guy; he'll rip you off. And moving right along, we have Rambo: First Blood Part 2. This is a pretty cool game. It plays similar to, you know, Akari Warriors, the home version, and it's 2 players simultaneously, and you can use Rambo and his buddy that's not in any Rambo movie. It's just a, you know, a black Rambo that you can use as player 2, Rambro. I used to say it was Carl Weathers when I was a kid. Wonder Boy. This is a classic, and I'm sure you're all familiar with the Wonder Boy series. And this one in particular because the same game was Hudson's Adventure Island on the NES, just with different graphics. Sorry, my stack is it's kind of going all over the place here. Then we got one of the sequels, Wonder Boy and Monsterland, as they moved forward into the adventure territory that Westone went in, and they really did do a great service by changing the format from a cheesy Mario-ish platformer to something more along the lines of this. Side-scrolling Zelda, almost, basically, if you would. A lot of cool memories playing this series. This game in particular, I don't remember very well. Dragon's Trap, the third one, is the one that I remember the most. And, yeah, these are all great, though. Here is the only Sega card that I have, TransBot. I've had this a few times. This was another one that I used to play a lot at the kiosk because I just thought it was too cool. It was a transformer, man. What do you expect? It was awesome. And another one that I played at the kiosk constantly because I absolutely loved playing this game. It was Choplifter. This game kicks ass. And it gets really rough very, very quickly. Very difficult game. I think it was on PC originally, or arcade, or both. I don't really remember. This game rocks, man. Really, really great game. And there's a trick in here where you can make Superman appear. I don't remember how it works, and it's actually difficult to do, but you can make Superman appear in Choplifter. Next up, we have a very fine port of the arcade game Alien Syndrome. This is also available on NES, but get the one on Master System. It has brighter colors and just it's for the Master System, man. Next up is Cyborg Hunter. This is a this was based on an anime called Borgman, and they changed the name in the US. I don't know if they changed anything else about this game for the US market, but it was a series called Borgman, and you use the main guy from the TV show, the cartoon, and yeah, it's not an excellent game, but it's an alright game, Cyborg Hunter. So pick it up. It's one of the very few Activision titles. The other one that I can think of off the top of my head is Rampage, and yeah, Rampage is classic. I love it. Then we got Shinobi. This is inferior to the arcade, but it has its own unique charm to it because you can accumulate different ninja magics by passing the bonus stage, and those were not in the arcade. There's a lot of exclusive ninja magics to the home version. This is also on NES, but you're going to want to get the Master System version, again because it has brighter colors and it's for the Master System. You don't want the truncated version for the NES. You want the Master System version. And if you really want to get the nicest one, you get Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection on Xbox 360 or on PS3, and you can unlock the arcade version and put it on free play and enjoy. Your HD TV won't make it look very nice, but it is still very fun to play. And next up we got Global Defense. Really cool side-scrolling shooter. It has good graphics. I haven't played this in a really, really long time, so I can't really remember how difficult or not difficult it is. But it is a pretty decent game. I remember playing it and enjoying it. And you use this. This is your ship. It's a very uninspired looking spaceship, but this is a good shooter. And definitely worth picking up. It's probably pretty easy, common to find. Next up we have Double Dragon. This is not the same as the NES version because you can use 2 players, and it is based very much on the arcade, and the NES version was loosely based on the arcade, and it was not 2-player simultaneous co-op. This one is not as graphically nice as the arcade, and the sound is pretty bad, but you know, the arcade version wasn't very pretty and didn't sound very nice at the time either. But yeah, this is the closest you're going to get at home to the arcade, I think, for the original Double Dragon, especially back then. I think this was free. If you bought 3 games, you got this for free by mail. And next up, something I'm probably never going to play, Miracle Warriors. It's first-person dungeon crawling RPG, not my thing, don't like this stuff, but you know, it was cheap and I wanted to have it in my collection because I wanted to rebuild the collection that I had traded off so many years ago. And I'm nowhere near that. And I don't think I'll ever get there because I don't really collect anymore. I have a collection, but I don't collect. I'm not an active collector. I'm not too into doing that. I do like to pick up stuff for certain things for a little while, and then I'll be happy with that, and then I'll move on to something else. And in the case of the Sega Master System, it's just become too hard to find things out in the wild, and I do not like using eBay anymore to buy games. And I'm not real too into like trading with people online so much because I don't know who I can trust. I don't know if I have anything that I want to trade because I like to keep my stuff. And I don't go around at yard sales, and I don't go to thrift stores, and I don't go looking around for stuff like that to use as trade bait. I don't do that. It's not my thing. I'm not criticizing anybody who does do that because I subscribe to a number of people who have channels where they talk about that very thing, and they find amazing stuff actually. It's just I don't have the time to do it. I don't have the resources to do it, and I don't have the patience for it. I am burnt out when it comes to looking for games. I'll go to GameStop and buy PS3 games. I'll look for PSP games, but I'm not really going to go hunting down old games that are hard to find. It's not worth it for me right now. Consided. Sorry about the rant there. This is a pretty cool side-scrolling feudal Japanese action game. Really hard. I never did beat this game. Like I said, I never did really beat very many or any Master System games that I can think of offhand. A lot of them are really hard, man. And this one it's a pretty tough game, but it's awesome, and I do recommend it. Here we go. Altered Beast. This is a really good port. This is as good as it's going to get on the 8-bit console. The Genesis launched with Altered Beast packed in, and it looked and sounded great. This also looks and sounded great for a Master System title. I mean game. And pardon me, I don't like to say title, I mean game. Yeah, this is a good conversion of the arcade game. In some ways, a little more accurate than the Genesis one. And last but not least, for the Master System is Power Strike. Now, I'm pretty sure you can only get this by mail order, and as you can see, it's got this weird blue cover, no color, nothing. It's got a manual in there, but somebody scribbled on it and it's missing the cover. Yeah, it's not in the best of shape, but I've had this since 1996, I would say, and this is the only one of those games that I was telling you about, Master System stuff, that I didn't get rid of. I kept it all these years because I only saw this copy, the one that I'm holding in my hand. I never did see another one ever again. So I kept it. And I'm glad I did, because I think it's hard to find. I really don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure it's not that easy to get a hold of. I have the sequel also for the Game Gear called Power Strike 2, or Robo Elasti. This is a compile shooter. Very, very hard. This is the predecessor to Musha, and it really can kick my ass. This game is super hard, and I think I've only made it to the second level. That's how bad I am at this game. So, moving on to one last little item I want to show, and That one is, okay, about, I don't remember how many years ago it was, but you guys probably remember Tips and Tricks magazine. There was a collecting column in there after a little while, and it stayed with the magazine for a while until it folded. And there was an ad in that column for a book to collecting Sega Master System games, and I wanted it, and I never did get around to ordering it from the publisher. And I remembered about it about a couple of years afterward, and I looked it up on eBay and I found one. Didn't have a picture. I was expecting, you know, a paperback book or something that I was used to, and it was not a paperback book. It is a stapled together thing that is printed out from a computer, and it came complete with these lovely footprints on it, and I paid well over $20 for this. People were bidding on it against me. I couldn't really believe it. At the time, this was this was tough stuff, you know. I mean, finding out all of the games for the Master System at this point in time, because things like GameFAQs weren't really accurate, and it was hard to come up with a proper list of games for the Master System, especially a complete list of games that were released in the US. This claims to be complete. I don't know if it really is or not. It also has a rarity guide. Let me read to you. A listing of all of the American titles that we know to exist, and it has a code: C for common, U for uncommon, R for rare, and UR for ultra rare. So right here it says Action Fighter is common and Aerial Assault is rare. And it says the ALF is ultra rare. Okay. Like I said, my friend Lewis and myself, we had just about everything that was in this booklet between the two of us, and unfortunately I don't have anything. I don't have near the collection that I used to have, and I really regret that, but it's, you live and you learn. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you enjoyed my ramblings, because I did ramble a bit on this video, because I got a little nostalgic and misty-eyed and stuff. I miss my friends a little bit. And, I miss the good old days of being able to go to the bookstore and just say, hey, how much for all of the Master System games? And they would say, give me $20 and we'll walk out with all of them. And we would do that all the time. It happened so often. I mean, we cleared them out of their Sega CD stuff the same way. We got all of them for $1 a piece, and we had rare ass games, and it was a good time. 95, 96, 97ish, I would say. Yeah, those were good days, and we foolishly just like got rid of them as quickly as we got them. And with that, like I said, I really hope you enjoyed watching my video. I really hope that you'll click the like button, you'll subscribe, leave a comment. That would be great. I would love that. And I'll see you next time, guys. Have a good one. Take care.